Have the feds contacted you?
I have nothing to do with anything that's going on.
Welcome to Hot Mike in 30. I'm Nate Rodgers here with my girl, my sister, the legendary Bionce Foxx. I can't believe it's so. Is this real?
Yes, it's real.
This is real.
Ain't nothing. Come on now.
Beyonce, the mic is hot.
I know. The mic is hot in 30, and for the next 30 minutes, we are going to give you a whole lot about pop culture, entertainment, politics.
Everything.
Entertainment.
We're gonna talk about
sports. You name it, we're going to tell you that in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. And what we want you to do is like, share, and subscribe to us right here on YouTube because we don't want you to miss a thing.
We don't. But listen, 30 minutes. We talked about how before we were launching this podcast, Beyonce and I said, there are a lot of podcasts out there, and we want to give people some substance in just 30 minutes.
Yes.
And so we want to jump right in. This person has made national headlines. Everybody has got her name in their mouth. And, we want to figure out a little bit why. She's a former mayor of Dolton in Illinois, also the former township supervisor for Thornton Township. Welcome, yes. Tiffany Henyard. Hey, Tiff.
Hey.
How you feeling?
I feel good. Thanks for having me.
Good.
Yeah.
How is Chicago treating you while you're here for now? Because we know you left us.
Oh, yeah, I had to. But it's treating me good. A lot of love, a lot of support. A lot of people miss me. But that's how I go. They miss you when you gone.
A lot of people. Do you miss the drama?
Of course not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm drama free. I'm really a positive, uplifting person.
Yeah.
But I am their entertainment, so here we are.
I think some people say I'm drama free. We got to talk about that first. First question though. We're gonna start with the good. We want to know about you. We want to know some of the good things about your career.
And you made history being first the youngest,
yes.
and then also the first woman
yes,
to
ma'am.
become mayor of Dolton. That's
Yes.
kind of a big deal.
Yes.
So what would you say are some of your accomplishments, or what do you think that was maybe overshadowed or you didn't get props for?
Yeah, all the good that I did in the hood. Because that's where we come from, right? So Dolton is a small village in the suburbs of Chicago. And basically, they weren't getting the proper care. It was everybody that wanted to take the seat, but nobody wanted to actually do the work. So I stepped up to the plate. Everybody believed in me. I was a trustee for 8 years prior to running for mayor, so I had the experience.
Yeah.
And I had the gumption. A lot of people don't got that. So I went in blazing. And when I went in blazing,
yeah, you did.
I won by a landslide. I won by over 90% of the vote. And basically, I ran against, I'm going to say their name, but the prior person before me. And when I won, I did become the first female, youngest ever mayor. And I was young and hip. And you know how it go. When you're young and hip, they want to stereotype you. They want to put you in a bubble. True. And I just couldn't allow that. I still wanted to be me. I didn't want to lose me inside of politics, as I call it, politics. So when I did that and I gave it a little flavor, now I was too flamboyant. I was too jazzy. I'm this, I'm that. We women. If you had your hair done, makeup, nails, now you got to be stealing. Why? Why can't you show up prepared for the job that you ran to get? But if you came and you wasn't fly, then it's, dang, she could have combed her hair. Dang, she could at least put some makeup on. It's you're not gonna win.
Before we get to the criticism, though, seriously, I want to talk about like the roofs that your administration was instrumental in getting on a lot of seniors' homes, all of the toy drives. Tell us some of those things that people will forever praise you for.
Sure. So what people didn't know about me is my background is in business management accounting. So that's what my business degree that your former mayor claim I don't have that I do have. And basically,
your former mayor.
Yeah,
Who's
we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, you say you want the tea, you're gonna get it from me today.
She's talking about Chicago. Okay.
Got it.
I got it.
So basically, roof and windows. We went after grants. And it was a need in my community because a lot of seniors are on fixed incomes. They come there and it's a retirement area, basically the South Suburbs is. So in doing so, they didn't have money or extra funds to fix whether they had a hole in the roof. A lot of people had raccoons living in their roofs, things of that nature. So basically we put the program together where it fit for the seniors. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of slack from the regular people that say, what about me? But right now I cared about the seniors because they didn't have the money. The regular people, they still can work a job. They still can afford those type of things. So I really was gearing it towards those that didn't have it. And it was successful. A lot of roofs got fixed. A lot of leaky windows got fixed. And after that, I was getting too much credit. So as I was getting the credit, my hating board was hating and say, well, how's she doing this? And I bought it before the board. I bought a lot of things before the board, but they don't show you that. And that's the part that I don't like about politics. Because the statement goes, if you can trick them, you can beat them. So if they trick the residents to believe in this, then guess what? Here I am, right? But if the resident was just did research and fact check stuff, they would see that I truly cared for them. Now they feeling it. Now I get calls left and right about, man, Tiffany, come back. We miss you. We need you. Run again. We sorry. We didn't know. And it's a lot of haters that's actually praising me now that wasn't back then. So it's going good.
Start a little bit from the beginning in terms of so the trustee seat, 8 years.
Yes.
If somebody were to ask you, Tiff, what weren't you prepared for? Did you know that the criticism would grow this large? Did you know, are there some missteps that you would honestly say, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done this? Do you think at times you were too flashy, or what does that look like for you? What were some missteps?
So my definition of misstep is picking bums that was looking for crumbs to run on my ticket. So that would be my missteps, because I picked people that I felt needed a second chance. If you go through their history, my board, because I'm the one that made them who they are. And this ain't me being cocky, this is facts. They done ran 4-5 times and lost until they got with the winner. When they got with me, they won their seat. So when they sat there and tried to recall me when I just got in office, it's like, how you recall somebody and I just got in office and brought you across the finish line? And that's when the turmoil happened, because the outside noise was interfering with my board members when we was a unit. So once they started getting to all of them, this is how it started going. It started just fading away. And then from there, it was no trust with anybody. And I had to fight that fight. So my misstep is that. But another misstep I would say is allowing people to pick and choose the people around me. Because you got to understand, they have to vote for those individuals. And they picked a lot of individuals, and I had to agree with it. So when I go out to the forefront, you'll see a unified front. But they say, well, you agree? I had no choice. So if I didn't agree, then I don't get nobody. Because at the end of my career, basically, I could not get an assistant. How and who? Meaning, what mayor do you know don't have an assistant? I didn't have one. At the end, they blocked me from everything that I needed to continue to succeed.
But what do you think that is, though? It was like you were flying high, you were on billboards helping the elderly, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Which was controversial. A lot of people were saying, hey, does the mayor of this small town, if you will, need to have her face on the billboards, let alone where the money came from? That's what some of the critics would say.
So it's the hate and envy that came with the seat. Because what's any different when a man had it and they was doing the exact same thing that you saw me doing? What's the difference? A lot of people that was before me did the exact same thing. Rodgers was the mayor before I took his seat. He did the exact same thing by putting his face, his name on everything. Frank Zuccarelli was the supervisor before I became the supervisor. His name, face was on everything. He had a township magazine. He had calendars with his face and name all over it. He had boxes with his name on it, his trucks with his name on it. What's the difference? But when a woman takes it over, it's a problem. Why is that? The salary. Let's talk about the salary. And I ain't trying to take over your interview, but we don't go there. So why is it when he had the salary, he had it for 30 years? I didn't even know Frank made that kind of money. But when
just to make sure that people are aware. So we're talking about two different seats, you all. We're talking about the Mayor of Dolton seat, and we're talking about the Supervisor of Thornton Township. Supervisor of Thornton Township, that's the $200,000 plus salary.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Yes, that Frank Zuccarelli had. And when I got appointed to the seat, it came with the seat. I didn't make it up. I didn't create it. It came with it. But then everybody want to talk about how much money I make. Whereas in Dolton, I made $50,000 to $60,000.
Well, that's because...
So it's come on. But it come with the seat. I don't make that up when I go to take the seat.
Sure. The mic is hot. Just playing devil's advocate. That's because, if I remember correctly, it was something about... there was some vote, whereas if if the vote wasn't made or something like that, then the salary would go down drastically below $200,000 or something like that.
So let me educate the public on how it works.
Yeah, how did that?
So Frank Zuccarelli had an ordinance on the book, and that's why I tell everybody for you. And I lead everybody to the water. They gotta drink it though, right? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you where to go get the answer from, but they don't go do it. So if you FOIA it right now at Thornton Township, you can go say, hey, I would like the ordinances for what we talking about, the salary. It's an ordinance on the books that he had to go back to $50,000 if anybody ran against him. It drops automatically to $50K. That's what no one ever told anybody, right? So then when all the scrutiny came for me, I said, you know what? We're going to make it 25 since everybody crying about the salary. My board, we all voted for it. So again, why is it only my problem? When we all voted for it, we agreed.
Sure.
So we voted to drop it to 25. So, but the news came, it just was a tax 50, but we all voted for it. I can't move without my board.
Yeah, well, yeah, I see that. But I also see in terms of just the, when you say you can't move without your board, some would say in terms of like even the credit card spending. Yeah. So you had access to credit cards. Those were not board approved. You could just swipe a card.
Oh, no. You got that all false.
Okay, well, educate me. I
That's
don't know.
why we need to hear from you, because when I heard about that Amazon bill, I was like, wait a minute now, that much on Amazon?
Right, so that's what I mean when I say fake news. How the spin of how the wordplay go, and how people just say one thing and then people just take it for truth, and it's not.
Well, tell us the truth. What happened?
The truth is, I never had a credit card. I never did any of the spending. I've said this verbally in board meetings. I said it in my lives. I said it everywhere, because that's not what a mayor does. Now, don't get me wrong. It might be some mayors that have that, but not this mayor, not Tiffany, because I didn't care about that. Think about it. You just said I made that kind of money. Why do I need the villages or the township's money or credit card? I don't need it. For what? I have staff that runs the day-to-day operation, not the mayor. The mayor is the overseer, the one that's supposed to go and be in the magazines or whatever you said I was on, right? And talk to the public about our vision for our communities. That's what I do. But everybody didn't like how I move because I was too sharp when I said, or I'm too flip with it. You get what you dish out. That's where I come from.
But understanding too that this wasn't just what the news was picking up. This is what your trustees, what residents were saying. Residents were calling for accountability. So answer this question. When did it all, before it got messy, like before this became a spectacle, and when I say spectacle because I remember how just covering a lot of these city council meetings, people would show up, Tiff, and you know this, they didn't even freaking live in Dolton or in Thornton Township. I'm talking about journalists. I'm talking about folks that were quick to just jump to the mic and berate you. And I'm not taking up for you and saying that, but I'm saying that this became a spectacle. A circus. Where business could not get done. Before it got to that place, were you able to sit down with some of those trustees and be like, behind closed doors, be like, hey, y'all, let's talk about this? Could that happen? Or were you just operating independently?
People was bought into the scrutiny. That's it. It was for clicks and views. We became, how can I say it, like hot topics. We became all of what you see other podcasters and people do online, because the minute they get views, they get paid off of it. So everybody, they was flying in. When I say flying, they flying into Illinois just to come to a board meeting or to go to the township and record whatever it is. Now, as it relates to my board members, I try to talk to them several different times. You'll hear me say that too at board meetings. Hey guys, I reach out to y'all don't answer the phone. Why is that? But already, my board was already bought. And I say this at the board meetings. And I would not do a lot of things that they've asked me to do, and I would not do, such as give their friends jobs, give certain friends contracts. If you go look right now, a lot of their friends got jobs, contracts, payouts, all kinds of things. I say all this publicly, and that's why I'm okay saying it here again. The same exact stuff, but it's going on. But now people are finally getting to see what I've been seeing all along. I've been saying until I'm blue in the face, but it was so many against you that nobody would listen to the one person that was telling you the truth.
You were supposed to submit your slate in advance.
I was supposed to submit
you didn't know about those rules.
Napoleon a liar. He's another bum looking for crumbs. And I'm going to tell you about him in a minute. Because at the end of the day, if he wanted the seat, he should have ran for the seat. And he didn't. They would not allow me to be on the ballot. If you thought that I was going to lose, let me lose, right? Meaning, I'm saying, let me get on the ballot and let's go toe-to-toe. But you didn't want that competition, especially you come from a football background. I thought that's what we do, sportsmanship. But we didn't do that.
So, but the case, you filed a lawsuit.
I did.
And the judge dismissed the case.
Yeah. That's sad. So it was voter
What are your
suppression.
thoughts?
I didn't like it. I think that people should have listened to the people because we had affidavits. We had hundreds of affidavits signed. I still have them to this day. People still wanted their voice to be heard and let them vote. They didn't let people vote. They didn't even let people outside. I had 1,000-some people outside. It was cold as ever that night.
Yeah.
Cold. And that's why I said, why y'all didn't show that footage? Why you show all the people talking about let us in, let us in? Y'all didn't do any of that, meaning any of the news stations. But yeah, everybody was in the inside and ran up on me because I'm the only one arguing and yelling at him about you wrong, this not right. It was other people that wanted to be supervisors. It was other people that wanted to be trustee, that wanted to be clerk that was in the room. But everybody was on mute. But yet you got this one woman that ain't afraid of them that was going back and forth about what's right and what's wrong. When all the men behind me ain't saying a word that was running as well. Why didn't they stand up and say something? Because everybody's scared of the trauma, the mess. But I'm on God's time. If God say this was for me, it's for me. Sometimes how can I say this to you? Sometimes your blockage is your protection. And that's how I look at that. If it wasn't for me this time around, so be it. Move on to something else. I was in a pond. Now I'm in the ocean. Now watch me grow.
Okay, so on that note, you took your talent south
Yes, ma'am.
to Atlanta.
Yes.
And you are
Yes.
running.
I am running for Fulton County Commission.
Wow.
Commissioner.
Fulton County
Okay,
Commissioner.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So what's the vibe there? Like, what's the difference? Do you feel like, okay, I'm not going to go through what I went through in Illinois. How are you navigating that journey?
So right now, the vibe is actually really positive. I got a lot of support, and I think that's what people are afraid of as it relates to the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party allows so many different things to go on that I didn't switch, and I am running as a Republican.
Wow.
Wait.
Why did you make the
hot
switch?
mic, hot mic. Huh?
Why did you make that switch from Democrat to Republican?
Because I was a part of the Democrat Party for about the last 15 years, and the things that the party allows and does, I can't stand for or with. So I'm ready to spread my wings and be the Republican conservative that I am, because I believe in building, I believe in infrastructure and growth and opportunities within the Black and brown community. I'm tired of the Democrats study talking about let's fix, but yet the Black and brown community still have poverty, still have all these problems and issues, and they're not being fixed. But yet they say they are. Where? Show me.
But some would say, that there's issues on the Republican side as well.
It could be.
Can you give me some core Republican values that you agree with?
Well,
Because why not just go independent?
Well, number one, I believe in their structure as it relates to policies. I really care about that. I care about structure that we don't have right now in the Democrat Party.
I'm just trying to still, Tiffany, get to the bottom of all the accusations. You know, you seem like you're somewhat level-headed, intelligent. Like I said, you were riding high at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's like, you're in the news almost every night.
Correct.
And everything about you is negative.
Correct.
And it seemed like, and I'm saying this, it seemed like you always had like an edge or like an attitude, and you wouldn't stop to the media. They would just ask a question, you would keep walking. Those things kind of make it seem like, ooh, she must have something to hide, or ooh, maybe she is guilty of these things that she's being accused of. Speak on that, and also things like the FBI investigating you.
I keep God first in everything I do. However he tell me to move is how I move. At the end of the day, I can't worry about people's opinion. I would have been broke if I worried about anybody's opinion of Tiffany Henyard.
Sure.
I still got to keep a solid mind and voice for my baby that's growing up throughout all this drama.
But I'm speaking now outside of opinion in terms of mismanagement. I'm talking about a federal probe.
I know what I have done, and that's always been 100 with every move I make. I don't have to sugarcoat anything for anybody. What you see is what you get. I am as real as they come.
Have the feds contacted you?
I have nothing to do with anything that's going on.
Okay.
You let people do what they do, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, I just want people to see the real Tiffany Henyard. That's what I really want.
And do you feel that people are seeing that in Atlanta?
I do.
Okay.
Because that's how I actually started to run. I got a lot of complaints as it relates to what's going on in Fulton County. A lot of people want to see change. A lot of people don't like what's going on. And guess what? That's an entirely Democratic area. So if they're talking like that, why not? And I wasn't even going to run. I didn't go there for that. I went there to make a way. I am an entrepreneur by trade. That's where I come from. I used to own Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? That's where I come from. Before I even touched politics. I only did that after the fact because my community needed me. I was known as the tree lady. I always go around advocating to cut people tree down because the roots was growing in their pipes and their plumbing was messed up. And I was only 16. I was doing block club parties, dance groups. That's how I got into it. I always been a community servant, always.
With the last couple of minutes that we have left, talk about Tiff outside of politics. Tiff as a mom to a beautiful 7-year-old. What is mommy life like? Do y'all shop together? Do y'all?
What do you do when it's not politics?
Oh yeah, be a mom, like you just said. Be a mom. Okay. So basically, we go shopping, we match head to toe, we do all kinds of things, girl stuff.
Good.
From whether Justice is into dance, and I name her Justice because that's what I always fought for, justice. It's a meaning behind everything I do. And that's why I said if people just get to know Tiffany Henyard, they will understand where I come from and the why. But my baby's everything to me.
When I first heard that you were running for election in Atlanta, I'm like, okay, the death threats, the criticism. I covered half a dozen of those city council meetings where people would just come up there during public comments. And despite how they felt about you, they would just say all kinds of stuff, and you just sat there and took it. Why put yourself through that type of scrutiny, possibly again?
Because this time is more about vindication. It's more about letting the people speak for me, and that's what's been going on. I know I'm back here at home, and I don't want nobody to twist that the wrong way because I live in Atlanta now. But I'm here, and everybody said the same exact thing. Tiffany, I wish we would have just gave you a chance. I am so sorry. I had a lady like flag me and Kamal down and came and hugged me and said, oh, I'm so sorry, and started crying. I'm so sorry for what we did to you. I did not know. So when you get that kind of confirmation, you know you was doing what's right.
I wanted to ask how your father's doing.
My
in Chicago.
Okay, my mind, so nobody think I'm crying. Hold on.
Condolences to your father.
Wipe it real quick.
With everything that happened there. That's weird. West Side too, right?
West Side, which is the best side, right?
It is. It is.
It is. That's why everybody wanted it so bad, right? But it's still Chirac. I know people hate that we call Chicago that. It is. I get tired of the fake politicians, and that's why I call it politics, lying on TV about it's safe, it's this. When you bring your butt down here and walk these blocks, let me see how safe it is.
Because this happened in broad daylight. It was like
broad daylight.
5 or 6 o'clock afternoon. And
I don't know the time. I just got the call. But yes, it happened in broad daylight, and you know how it go. People shooting at other people, and what always happens.
Innocent bystander. So your dad was just outside or in the car or what?
Yep, outside.
Wow. How's he doing now?
He's actually doing way, way better. He got a full recovery ahead of itself. It just said when you get that call and you so far you can't do nothing. And then you got to try to get flights and figure it out. And then your kid in school, and I got to take him out of school. It's just so many moving parts that people don't get. And then what I don't like is how people talk about, oh, now she want to talk about it. I've always been an advocate for Stop the Violence. When I first became mayor, I don't know if you was there, I did the biggest Stop the Violence march in Dolton down Sibley. The biggest. Again, Google for you. That's what I'm saying. People just ain't got the facts. They just go off of what anybody say, and they just take it as it's the truth, and it's not. That's why you don't see me stopping, or why you can't break my soul. That's why I keep going. Because at the end of the day, if I cared about what people say about me, I would not be this far, I promise you.
You say, nobody knows your heart. Few people know your heart. What does your heart say right now in terms of lessons learned from this whole process and any different experiences from Illinois to Georgia politics? How does your heart feel? What does your heart say? But lessons learned, things that you'll kind of rethink, or you just kind of know how to navigate a little easier.
Yeah, so I won't allow anybody to push someone down my throat. I won't allow people to pick my administration. The things that actually came with the seat, I would like it to be my choice and my choice alone. That way, you say accountability, I'm accountable for the person I chose. For instance, I chose Dorothy Brown. That was my pick for VA, but my board did not want her. So
But she was under investigation at the
Okay,
time.
and
So I'm just saying you should have expected maybe some
No,
backlash
no.
because of that.
no, I
I
shouldn't
would
expect
think-
that. You know why I shouldn't expect that? Because she was the one that ran our campaign. So she was good enough to get us in office, but she ain't good enough to sit with us. Man, they can miss me with that. I'm not into that because they won because of her. So they can say
you're talking about
whatever.
people on your ticket.
Me and my board, we all won because of her, and I'm saying that to the cameras. So when it's time now, okay, you put people in place that you can trust to make sure everything's good. Not Tiffany picked this person. I don't even know that person. Who was that? And then they the one sabotages you. No, I would never do that again. So you asked me about lessons that I've learned and things that I would do different. That's one, because I had to get rid of her for other people, not because Tiffany wanted to. I had to do something that somebody else wanted. That's what I mean about politics. Why I got to do what you want to do and not what I want to do? Why can't I have something I want, you pick something you want? This is what I want. I want her. But now I can't have her and you pick somebody else, and now things go Katie Kaboom. So I'm just giving you examples of what I would do different. I would do that. I will watch the people around me as it relates to, hey, I want to run with you. Hey, can I be a part of the administration? You get a lot of them people come, people just plant them.
Sure.
That's why I always say, watch the company you keep. And right now it's being Kamal. That's it.
I got you.
And you know what? I'm going to just throw this out there. I wish you all the best in whatever it is that you do. But in case you do not get this, what's next for Tiffany Henyard?
Well, they got to stay tuned. I got a lot of things brewing. I try not to give too much out.
Give us a little bit. Like, a little
Still
bit.
say she got a reality show.
A little bit.
Hey, y'all can talk that into existence.
A reality
though.
show?
The reality show, hey, if it comes, it comes. But I am working on a docuseries.
Okay.
So I'm working on that currently now. We have talks with different companies or whatever, so I want to give that out yet. Who gonna pick it up? I'm just waiting for that.
You like the spotlight. Be honest. I like the spotlight. I'm being honest.
No, not the spotlight. I go looking for it. No,
I didn't say
no,
that.
not at all.
Do
But
you,
I'm
finds
saying-
you?
Do you like the
Does it
spotlight
find
a
you?
little bit? A little bit. Do you like being in front of the camera? Do you like advocating for your?
I just like the fight.
Okay.
I'm not like into like I gotta have this because
Okay.
to me you get more done being private. Prime example, we been there over a year, but yet now everybody finding out that we there. Now we get houses on the internet, this and that. Why? Nobody knew we was there. See what I'm saying? You get more done in private. So no, this ain't my world right here. I don't care for that. But I would talk that talk. But because I talk that talk, that it comes with that. And that's fine. But now I got to try to figure out how to use the platform to better community and better our situation so we not always under scrutiny of what we lay our head at because our kid is with us. And that's what I say that people don't understand that part.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, Super Mayor, thank you so much for talking to us. I really appreciate even this level of trust because, like I said, you don't have to talk to folks, and the fact that you would sit down, I really believe that your story, your journey is one that you can't tell in sound bites. You know, the story that you're gonna get on the 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock news is not going to tell the full story of Tiffany Henyard, whether we agree or disagree. So I really do appreciate just this trust. You talking to us, you sharing your side, but being open to hear other sides, and we really wish you well.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to be on a reality show. Like, I want to.
We working on it. But can I say this though? Please follow me.
I don't know if I want to be on a reality show. Just play.
My website is Tiffany for Fulton.
Yes.
And it's spelled TIFFANY Fulton, FULTON.com. That's my website. And you can follow me at Politics with Tiffany Henyard, and that's on YouTube. So if you want to follow me and talk about the latest politics, politics, definitely tune in.
And you're on social media, so people
Yeah,
know where to find you.
everybody know, but I gotta plug me, you know.
Listen,
that
you
part.
plug you a lot. You may not want to admit it, but you plug you a lot. Wrap it up, Beyonce.
Yes. Thank you again, Tiffany.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate
Thank
you for
you.
coming on to the podcast, and we want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page right here because we don't want you to miss out. We definitely don't want you to miss Tiffany.
That's a wrap for now. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Take care.
Take care.